what I want to do today is I have been exploring a lot. And as you can see, I've got chest there, chest there, chest here, chest there. I've got, and I've got more chests. I've got chest here, chest there. I got a chest there. I got a chest over here. And I got a chest down here. And then of course I've got the big treasure chest. So I've got a lot of chests and not a lot of places left to put them. I think it might be a time to expand this baby. Take this design and just make it bigger. That would be boring. We got to do something cool. And I wanted to do, like, I was like, oh, you know what? I could do the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. But there's no black wood. But you know what we do have? We do have green wood. So, I'm thinking, since this is a flying ship, and I am feeling that Pirates of the Caribbean vibe, I'm thinking we build the Flying Dutchman. Now, whatever I decide to build, first thing we got to do, we need a place to work. So, I am going to clear this area out here and kind of flatten it out a little bit so I have a construction area. And, you know, in chopping up all these logs and stuff, I should also get a fair amount of supplies. Ooh, horse log. Okay. And, we'll just go from there. I'm just going to head and clear all this out. I'll do a time lapse, and then we'll go after that. Alright, I've cleared the area and I've set her down. I think this is plenty of room to build her out. Next step, we need to empty her out. I'm going to need to take all the stuff I got inside and stage it over here for now. Actually, I think I want to put it over there. Alright, time for another time lapse. Okay, so step one of the staging process is done. I went ahead and set up a few of these stations here. I know I'm going to need to craft stuff. I know I'm going to need blocks, and I know I'm going to need to use the carpentry station for fine detail stuff. And of course, I put the repair station here because I'm going to be using the axes a lot, so I'm probably going to need to fix them. But we got our workstation set up here. So now we can start moving the chest. I put this chest over here because it's a bigger one, so I can start moving stuff. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm pausing the time lapse here for a second because I wanted to address one little detail here. You see this chest, how it is just chocked full of literally thousands of items. Each of these stacks is 200. And so, like, these 5, that's 1,000. These 5, that's another 1,000. These 5 is another 1,000. These 5 is... So there's like 4,000 items worth in here. Probably around 3,500. If I chop up this chest... Because, like, for example, let me show you... This chest has less in it. Watch what happens when I chop up this chest. See how the game kind of paused there for a sec while I picked up all the blocks? If I do that with this chest, there is so much in here, the game will crash. Do not chop chests that have lots and lots of stuff in them. Your game will crash. Just wanted to warn you guys about that. All right, there we go. So we got everything out. All the chests are out. Our work area is fully staged. I put all of my my blocks here. I got sticks and what is this, fiber here, and then I got all my wood here. I'm going to be using strictly green wood. That's why I came to this island, because it's got tons of wood here for me to use. Next comes the arduous part, the teardown. We're going to remove every block from this ship, and I'm going to show you guys... I hate that. I'm going to show you guys what the skeleton of a ship looks like. Let's do it. Okay, so real quick here, I wanted to pause and point out another issue here that you want to be careful of. So this is the cockpit of the ship, right? In order for you to have a flagship, your cockpit needs to be attached to the heart. What do you call this thing? The island core. Thank you. Okay, so if you disconnect your cockpit from your island core, watch what happens. See what that says? Spawn point has been set to origin point. Origin point is the starting island. So if something happens to me right now and I die, I'm going to go all the way back to wherever the starter island is, and I'm losing all of my stuff. We don't want that, right? So you want this to be away from the heart of the ship for the shortest amount of time possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here so that it is connected and I have a reliable spawn point to get back to, so that I can continue chopping down the rest of this, and I don't have to worry about, oh, well, what if I fall off the side? I can't get back up here. Not an issue. Alright, so this is a fully torn down ship. This is what the skeleton looks like. I have removed every block that can be removed. Now, something interesting happened while I shouldn't say happened, but I noticed something interesting, right? So let's look at what happens when I look at a grass block. See, it says swamp grass block. It tells you the block. And then there's a little symbol next to it, a shovel. That's because this is the base block is dirt, and dirt is best broken with a shovel. So if I look at the wooden chest, it shows an axe because it's wood, and that's best to be removed, to be broken with an axe. And if I go over here and look at something made out of stone, like the repair station, it shows a pickaxe. It always tells you what's the best tool to break a given block. Now, these blocks, I can't break them, but look at what happens. It shows a symbol, that little cone there. Now, I think that that cone is some kind of a drill tool. A tool I don't have access to yet. Maybe I haven't found it, I haven't found the blueprints to build one. It may not even be in the demo. But, if that's the case, that means that these blocks that appear to be unbreakable are actually not. I mean, listen, you hear it's making a breaking sound. Probably the reason it's not putting up a wheel of progress is because I just don't have the right tool. Maybe this is like, I don't know, like obsidian in Minecraft, where you just, unless you have a diamond pickaxe, you can't break it. Maybe this is the same. Without a drill, you can't break this. But that means that this block right here, the island core, is the ship, and that all other blocks are optional. This is the only mandatory block in the ship. And if that's the case, then we can get rid of all of this, and that is the only block that has to stay. Well, I mean, just look at the implications here, right? We could build this out to just look like a building. We just set it out flat on the ground, and then make it look like a building. And it's at an angle. So you could make structures at an angle in a settlement, or in a base if you wanted to, and they don't all have to be perfectly lined up on a grid. That's huge. That is going to make builds look so much more lively, and you don't have to have those weird where it's like, it's 2 blocks and then back one, and then 2 blocks and then back one, and then 2 blocks and then back one, to give the illusion of a slanted wall. You can literally just slant the wall. That, to me, that is a huge, the implications for what you can do for base building, for building cities and stuff. If you can get a drill and break away all these ancient metal blocks, dude, that alone, that you can put blocks tangential to each other like this. Look, they're not, these are all at an angle. This is straight. You see? The implications are huge. I'm so excited. And you could put this up in the attic of a building, and you would never know it's there. You would have no way of knowing that the building is a ship, other than the fact that it's at a weird angle. That's amazing. That is so cool. Anyway. So, I just wanted to share that little bit of insight that I had there. I also, check this out, just to be safe, I went and got a second ship. And a boar. I just went and got this ship, and you can see it up there. Look at this. I don't want to. I don't want to use that because I don't know which ship I'm tethered to. But look. You see that right there? You see that gold? Yeah, I got a special chest. I didn't think you could break those. I didn't think you could break special chests, and I got one. So that's going to be going in my my treasure vault in my new ship. Super excited for that. Plus, I got a bunch of extra parts and stuff over there, extra engines. Did the boar die? Huh. That's a lot of meat for a boar. Oh, no, that's from the bear. I killed a bear earlier and I didn't get the loot. That must be what that was from. Anyway, this video's getting a little bit long, and I want to spend some time designing this. I don't want to rush through it, so I think I'm going to call it for now right here. This will be part 1, and then I'll do a part 2 later. But in the meantime, thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.